Did the humans create the Matrix? One of the first theories discussed on this channel explored the possibility that humanity was responsible for creating its virtual prison. As production on Matrix 5 continues, there's a renewed chance that we will see the origins of the simulation. Will the true creators of the Matrix be revealed? In this video, we are revisiting this theory and all the evidence that points to the humans being the true creators of the Matrix. Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
When it comes to the Matrix, fans tend to view humanity as the creators of its destruction. By limiting the rights of sentient entities, the machines, they ignited a war that ended in humanity's enslavement. But when it comes to the humans being the architects of the Matrix, the theory proposes that humans were responsible for the machine war and their subsequent imprisonment in the Matrix. That the simulation could be humans' way to avoid living in the destroyed world they created. So what if the Matrix was created as a utopia to make the humans forget that they destroyed the Earth? Are there clues within the Matrix that point to this theory being true? The first clue can be found in the original Matrix, when Agent Smith describes the Matrix as paradise. The first simulation created for humans was heaven, but the human mind refused to accept this level of peace and perfection. Later in The Matrix Reloaded, the architect briefly mentions the first beta Matrix, describing it as a work of perfection, a paradise for humans from which they longed to awaken. Humans had entered into direct conflict with the machines and had deprived them of all their rights. Humans were the ones who caused almost total destruction of the world. But ironically, the machines offered them heaven in return. The reward for losing the war was the perfect prison where, in theory, peace would be maintained. This never made sense. It only benefits humans. It was to help them forget that they lost the war and that because of them, the world was destroyed. Therefore, the existence of the Paradise Matrix is evidence that the simulation may have been created by humans themselves to escape to a place where they could maintain their way of life. To understand this, we must return to the end of the machine war, as shown in the Animatrix. There, it is revealed that after losing the war, the machines performed experiments on humans and placed them into the simulation. But what would have happened if humans won the war? After scorching the sky and destroying the Earth's surface, humans had three options. The first was to escape into space, but that was impossible because of the dark clouds of nanobots that surrounded the planet prevented ships from entering or leaving Earth. The second option was to rebuild civilization in the depths of the Earth, cities similar to Zion, but that required the help of other machines. And the third option was to create a virtual world where they could live a normal life within a dream. When The Matrix came out in 1999, the thought that a human would voluntarily choose to enter the simulation seemed absurd. But with the way things are today, it doesn't sound that absurd anymore. Every day, more people disconnect from their reality to embrace a digital reality built by artificial intelligence. So could it be that the real world after the war was so devastated that humanity preferred to live inside a simulation? Although the evidence of the Paradise Matrix is the most important, it is not the only one that leads us to think that humans are responsible for the creation of the simulation. There are still other, more darker ones, which reveal that perhaps the enemy has always been staring back at us in the mirror. The second clue is in the Animatrix episode Matriculated. In it, humans subject a sentient machine to a simulation designed to alter its perception. A kind of brainwashing aimed at recruiting it into the resistance. Isn't this a key clue that the simulation technology was man-made from the start? Humans created a virtual environment tailored to the robot, leading it to experience a kind of spiritual awakening that leads it to defend its human captors. If humans are capable of developing these kinds of customized simulations, and considering we've already seen technologies like the Construct and other programs used before the machine war, wouldn't it be logical to think that the Matrix itself could have been a human invention and not something created by the machines? Perhaps that's why the operators could read the Matrix so easily. From the beginning, the entire system was built on a language of human programming. Although over time most humans forgot how to read it, The binary language, as humanity created it, remained the same. This explains why operators like Tank and Link were able to interpret the green code running across the screens. They weren't decoding alien technology, but rather reading an evolved version of the same language they once used to create programs and simulations. The original knowledge was lost, but its essence remained. The Matrix, no matter how sophisticated the machines made it, continued to speak in terms that only humans could completely understand. Perhaps deep down, that was always the trap. Humanity believed it had lost control, but it never ceased to be the writer of the code. Although history was distorted and most people forgot its origins, the system continued to bear the imprint of its creators in every line of code and every simulation. Now the third and biggest clue is in The Matrix Resurrections. In this film, Neo is once again trapped in the simulation. The Matrix has been rebooted to exploit human emotions. Suspiciously, another city has been built for humans in the real world, an almost utopian place, and yet humans remain ignorant to the Matrix's true reason for its existence. Although we might think that the analyst was responsible for this reset of the Matrix, he did mention a couple of times these suits, elusive beings that he answered to. The suits are the ones holding all the keys to the Matrix. But who or what are they? In Matrix 4, the suits symbolized Warner Brothers executives, those who are in power. But if the humans did create the Matrix, then the suits could be humans who wish to maintain their control over the simulation. Perhaps they are humans who achieved immortality, who need to maintain the Matrix's existence. So what does this mean for the future? If humans are truly the creators of the Matrix, and those behind the scenes are a species of human consciousness who found immortality through the simulation, this would explain why it seems no one can escape the Matrix cycle, and why humans continue to be entertained, living in a simulated version of the world they destroyed. There is no escape. The machines aren't the humans' worst enemy. Humanity is its own worst enemy. But do you agree? Did the humans create a virtual world to live in to forget the horrors they brought upon the world? Will we see the true origin of the simulation in The Matrix 5? For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.